G'day everyone. So in one of my previous videos, I'll put a card up to it now, I identified that I needed to lap the valves and replace the valve seals. So that's what I'm doing today. So first things first, we're going to lap the valves. I've got my valve lapping tool, my valve lapping paste, both fine and coarse. I've got the head and I have the valve. Alright, so remember I said that the valves have to go back in the same place they came out of. So take the corresponding valve to the valve seat you want to lap, and then apply a small amount of coarse lapping or coarse grinding paste to the rim of that valve. Once you've done that, just place the valve into the valve guide, push it all the way down. Alright, then take your valve lapping tool, suction cup one end to the base of the valve, and work it backwards and forwards like so. Make sure the valve does a full 360 a few times while you're doing this. Right, and you want to spend about 3 to 5 minutes on the coarse and about 2 to 3 minutes on the fine for each valve. Alright, now moving on to the fine. Alright, so once you've done that, you want to have a look at the area on the valve that's actually been ground and make sure that it looks uniform all the way around. You can see that darker patch on the outer rim there. It looks uniform all the way around. There's no wide spots and no narrow spots. And you want to make sure that it's about 1.3 mil in width. So that one's good. If it's not uniform and it's either too narrow or too wide, you're going to need to cut the valve seats. Okay, so after you've lapped all your valves, you want to make sure that you clean out all of the remnants of the grinding paste. The last thing you want is grinding paste getting into your valve guides and chewing them out. Alright, now reassembly is essentially just reverse order of disassembly. So I've got my new valve seals and I'll place them on. Alright, and they should just push down over the top of the valve guides like so. Alright, from there we can put our valves back in. It doesn't hurt to lubricate them. I'm just going to use WD-40 because I'm lazy. But I'll just give the valve seal a bit of a spray, as well as the stem of the valve, and then I'll place the valve back in. And there we go. From there, the next thing to go on is the valve spring seat, which is just this washer. Then you've got your inner valve spring, your outer valve spring, and your valve spring collar. Alright, now we just want to compress our valve spring using the valve spring compressor. And then we can drop our collets back in there. Just get them to line up with the groove. we go. Now we can just release the pressure on the valve spring compressor, and it should lock everything back in together. Alright, and we'll do the same for the other 3 valves. Alright, so that's the head done. I'm still waiting on a few parts to complete the rebuild. I figure while I've got it apart, I may as well throw a taller 5th gear in it. So with any amount of luck, that'll be my next video. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.